People only change when they feel like it. People only change when they feel like it. You can't motivate anybody or pressure anybody to change. People will change when they feel like changing. They cannot be forced to change. It does not matter how valid reasons that you have to pressure the person or to argue, to prevail upon the person to change. Not how right your opinion is for that person to accept to change. People will change when they feel like it, or when they feel it is time to change. If someone does not feel like changing, it will not happen. Change begins from within, not from without. One may be influenced to change, but change comes from within. When one feels like changing, that's when the change begins to happen, but not due to pressure or due to arguments from outside or due to opinions being right, that it is time for you to change. It is time for you to do the right thing. It is time for you to lose some weight. It is time for you to start checking on your diet. It is time for you. No. People change when they feel like changing, when they feel like it is time for them to change. For change starts from within, not from without. Sometimes you wish someone or somebody changed for better. Maybe you wish your mom will change, your niece, your brother, your husband, your sister, your workmate, your friend, all your children. You will wish that they changed for the better. But they still don't change. You have talked to them in some way, you have suggested the need for change, but they have not changed. It is good to wish that they changed. It is good to suggest to them that they need to change. But you cannot make them change. You cannot make them change. They will change when they feel like it. You may influence them, as we have just said, but you cannot make them change. You may wish that they act for a better cause, they act in a better way, or you may wish they can look for a better job or something better to do, but it only remains a wish and maybe an influence for them to change, but you cannot make them change. You may wish maybe your friend changed their political opinions or their political views, and you may try to push them to understand your view and accept your view or your stance. But they will only change when they feel like they change. The need is necessary. That they change they need is now time for them to change, but not because you have made them change. No, you may have influenced them, but they will change when they want to, when they feel like changing, but not you changing them. Remember this. When you push someone or when you push a person, you make that person to push back. When you push that person, you enable that person to push back instead of embracing the change. They don't embrace that change that you are pushing on them. They only push back. People have to feel to be in control. They have to feel to be in control of their own decisions. Do not pursue people to change. Don't pressure them. You will only create in them resistance. A strong resistance to change. The more you push, the more resistance you create in those people. You wish to change. You want to change. Don't push them. Don't pressure them. You may influence them, but don't push them, because you create resistance in them. With all your best intentions. With all your best intentions for them. The only thing you bring out as a result when you push them is the worst results. When you push them to change with all best intentions, pressuring them, pushing them to change, you may bring out the worst results. Don't push, don't pressure, just influence people to change. Because you cannot change them, they will only change when they feel like it. When they feel like changing, what do we mean by that term? Or feel like change? We mean they must have that urge, that willingness to change from within, not from without. It does not mean that they are lazy. That's why they don't want to change. They are not lazy when they don't feel like not changing. They are not lazy. Or that they don't want to change just because they are stubborn. No. They may be feeling, for example, discouraged. They don't see the need to change. They have not come to that point to see the need for change. They have heard about it. They have heard people talk about, you have to change, you have to change, you have to be better, you have to do this. They have heard all that. They have heard all the opinions, but they have not come to that point of seeing the need to change. They are discouraged. Or sometimes they think and feel they can't change. They are who they are. They can't change. I am me. I am who I am. I'm not changing for you. I'm not changing to make you happy. I am who I am. I don't want to change. There are those who are in that level. I am who I am. I don't want to change anything. You have to accept the way I am. And if you don't, take a walk. They have not come to that point to see that there is a need to change for better, or when they change, they become a better person. They have resigned to be who they are and they don't want to hear anything about change. Either you accept the way I am or you just leave me alone. There are those also who feel change will be too difficult. All change is impossible. You are telling them to lose weight. They say, no, it's impossible. I can't. I tried, I cannot. Or it's very difficult, or it's very painful, the change you're asking for. Or maybe a change of a lifestyle. They cannot envision a lifestyle without what they do, or living out some habits that they have developed. Or changing the circle of friends. They see it as very difficult, very painful, very uncalled for. Therefore, they don't want to change. They have not come to that point to realize that change will be better for them. The moment They eliminate discouragement, fear of failing, and other difficulties that they face when they want to embrace change. That's the only time when they will start embracing change from within. The moment they eliminate any discouragement from within, any fears from within, especially fear to fail, or fear of failure, or fear of it won't work, it is not going to happen. The moment they embrace positivity and seeing the need for them to change, then they will be ready for the change that they need. But they have to deal with the self from within to eliminate anything that hinder them from within to embrace change. Because the people change when they feel like it. They change when they feel they need to change, not because the outside world wants them to change. And if there are those who change because of the pressure from without, that change is artificial. They are just playing into that need of the society to see that they have changed, but within they have not changed. They just cover themselves with some change, but within they have not changed. They are still the same. Oh, that's what they want me to do. Okay, I'll do it because that's what they want. Oh, that's what my mom wants. I'll just do it for her. Oh, that's what my boss wants. I will just do it because my boss wants it, not because I want it, but because that's what will keep me around. I will just do it. They are not changing because they are embracing change. They are changing, they are trying to embrace, but they are not changing from within. They are remaining the same persons, only putting on a cover of change, but they have not changed. Never push anyone to change. Just influence them to change. Influence them by your person, by your character, by your demeanor, and by your conversations and interactions with them. They will change when they feel like it, not by pressure, not by persuasion, but from within. People change when they feel like it. Don't pressure. Influence people to change by your person, by your character, by your demeanor, by your conversations and interactions with them. For they will change when they feel like it, when that change comes from within, not from without. May God bless you and embrace you. They will change when they feel like it.